Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing an 800-piece limited edition from 2022. It's actually an homage to the original Master Grand Tie of 1992. That watch became the launch platform for the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master 1000 Hours Control, a 6-position chronometry test, and a fully cased watch evaluation that lasts over 41 days, superior in many regards to the COSC, which is a roughly 2-week 5-position timing test of a bare movement. So this watch for the 2022 model year in stainless steel, 40 millimeters in diameter, 9 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. It's a relatively reasonable 47.5 millimeters with a very standard and versatile 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs, which means you'll have countless strap options, both OEM and aftermarket, in that size. The special series of blue dial master control models launched for 2022 to celebrate the anniversary, the 30th anniversary of the master control process. And you can see that this one is probably the most versatile all around, being a 3-hand with a date, broadly satisfying. Lots of wrists can enjoy it. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see the lugs are nowhere near the edge of my wrist in this down the barrel shot. The cuff shot reveals that the stepped 9 millimeter thick case will easily slide underneath the sleeve, and from over the top you get a good sense of the size. It's actually the shot that exaggerates the width of the watch. It's more compact than that. The strap, blue calfskin. You could see a semi-gloss finish, monotone stitch, sheer cut side, calfskin on the bottom as well, and then a brand new JLC factory strap, no crimping, no gouging, little pull tab spring bars so you can quickly and easily remove the strap from the case, but tool-free strap removal is not helpful unless you can also remove the buckle without tools, and you can. You push this little tab here, the buckle pops right off just like that. Double deployant, you can see it has 2 folding elements, which I find is less likely to pinch a small wrist than a single fold, and the underside of the clasp is curved to match the arc of your wrist. The case band is simple and strong. There's an expanding bevel that swells from the mid case over the lug hood. The lug hood as well as the bezel, all polished. There's a very small polished lip to the outer edge of the case, and to create the impression of a thinner watch, you can see how the bezel is stepped in slightly from the case band. We have a longitudinal satin finish and blended lug profiles with a JL branded crown, push down crown, 50-meter water resistant. JLC always does 50-meter water resistance on its mainstream dress watches, which I like because it's more than the dress watch standard of 30 meters seen elsewhere in the industry. It gives you just a little bit more security. It doesn't encourage me to swim with the watch, but it does give me more peace of mind if I get drenched in a downpour. Now we have a 2-facet bezel that has a small vertical lip and then a conical profile, giving way to a very slightly curved and cambered sapphire over a blue metallic sunburst dial. So the center is a dark blue metallic sunburst. We have applied dart-style hour indices, tri-Arabic numerals, and JL logo. There's also a polished frame for the date, which is a blue disc to match the dial, something I always like to see. We have a little downwardly stepped lighter blue metallic track for the seconds and the minutes outboard. And then you can see we have Dauphine hands for the hours and minutes that are half polished and half satinated to make for better contrast against the dial, and then a counterweighted Lancet style seconds hand. We do have a stop seconds or hacking function. And we have a remarkably crisp quick set date change. So this is a wonderful system that is super sharp and instantaneous, and it changes the same way when it's turning over at midnight. This watch has a snapping, instantaneous date change. The watch does have plenty of lume, perhaps a surprising amount of lume, considering it's more of a dress watch than anything else. The steel case and the automatic winding and the lume, making this perhaps an all-arounder rather than a pure dress watch. Taking a quick look at the reverse side, JLC automatics used to be known for relatively short power reserves, usually 38 to 42 hours. What we have now is a movement that is based on the 890 series, but this is the 899, which gives you a 70-hour unidirectional automatic winding power reserve. What does that mean? Well, it means that this rose gold rotor has unidirectional winding action. So one direction, the wheel freewheels, and the other direction, it winds the mainspring. Now, JLC performed tests. In the lab, there was no difference between bidirectional and unidirectional winding. On the wrist, in the field, unidirectional proved to be more efficient. And, for good measure, ceramic rotor bearings are used at center to reduce friction as well as the need for maintenance. We have a 4 Hertz beat rate. You can see all of this pivots on 32 joules. JLC movements do still include a small amount of hand finishing. While mostly mechanically executed, there is a little bit of manual craftsmanship that still goes into these. You can see on the reverse it says 1 out of 800. I would have preferred individual numbering, but I think the dial side of the watch is so appealing I will not hold that against the model. We also have a free sprung balance. This is something JLC rolled out in the early to mid-2000s to make their dress watch movements more durable. So the adjustment's done using variable inertia bolts on the balance itself. We have stripes on the rotor, stripes on the bridges, engine turning on the base plate. We have real fire-blued screws. We have a machined but handsome bevel. The edges of the bridges actually have a snailing on their downward step. And then you can see that locating pegs that are used to help locate bridges on the base plate. You can see how the heads of those pegs have been polished. Great attention to detail here by JLC. A watch that's easy to love, and you can see a little bit of polishing in contrast with media blasting on the reverse side of the case. And once more, a 70-hour power reserve. Now you may ask, what is the timing tolerance for the Master 1000 hours control? And it varies by model. It's less aggressive on smaller watches, less aggressive on reversos. With the Master Control Core models, my understanding is that the tolerance has traditionally been -1 + 6 seconds, and that's a full test of the assembled watch, because the Master 1000 hours control tests the full watch for chronometry in 6 positions, tests water resistance, winding efficiency, power reserve, and overall durability. And again, it does that for 1000 hours. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.